I'm going to be showing you two different recipes. The first one is lentil only, and the second is more of a mixed stew with some vegetables and so forth. So, first of all, what is a lentil? It's a type of bean. It's a very small bean, and usually comes in a 1 pound bag. Today we're going to use a half a bag of lentils, and we're going to put it in our crock pot here. And after we add the half a bag, essentially half a pound of lentils, we're going to add enough water to make it up 3 or 4 times the height of the beans. So that's usually going to be, I'm about 1 inch from the top of the crock pot right now. So once I add the lentils, the water, and some salt, just a dash of salt, all I have to do is turn the crock pot on high. Put the lid on it and leave it alone. 6 hours to 8 hours later, you've got a hot, hearty, delicious soup that's high in protein, low in fat, and totally vegan. So our lentil soup is nothing but lentils, water, and salt. That's all that's in here. Lentils, water, and salt. But we can make it more interesting by adding some vegetables. We can make a stew. So let's move on to our second recipe. Our second recipe will be lentils. And we're going to add a half of an onion, half of a chopped onion. I made some splashes so that you can see that it is indeed onion. Maybe I should do it like this. Lentils with celery, onions, and here we have 1 chopped potato. Notice I left the skin on. So that's the next ingredient, and now this is just what they call baby carrots or peeled carrots. These are organic peeled carrots, and I'm not even going to chop them, just put them right in there, and that's everything that I'm going to put in this soup, except for some pinto beans. Now, I've already got a half a pound, a half a bag of lentils in here. I'm going to just put maybe 1/3 of a bag of pinto beans in with the lentils. Nah, I'm going to go, between 1/3 and a half a bag of pinto beans in with my lentils, potatoes, onions, celery, and water. So, if you leave this cooking 6 to 8 hours, it will be hot and ready for you to eat when you come home if you've left it on high. If you are concerned about it boiling all the water away, you've got other settings, low and warm. Typically what I do is I leave my crock pot on high for the first 4 or 5 hours if I'm home, and want to turn it down from high to low. When I feel like it's pretty close to ready to eat, I'll turn it down to low so that the water doesn't all boil away. But all you have to do now is just put the lid on it and come home and eat it piping hot. Don't forget to season lightly at first. Just start with salt. I usually add some cayenne pepper, chili pepper, things like that. An optional ingredient that you could put in with this to make it a little heartier is sometimes I'll add a can of organic diced tomatoes. So in this case, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add an optional ingredient of organic diced tomatoes. This is now all the way full to the top. We've got lentils, pinto beans, celery, onions, potatoes, carrots, and a little cayenne pepper. For those who are very concerned about how much, just don't put too much. If you have a doubt, put too little. You can add more later after you taste it. Taste it, then add your seasonings.